Do you want to know my 5 top tips for recovery? They're coming up. Hello everybody, my name is Ben Parks, a 2:36 marathoner and ultra runner, and what I want to talk to you today about is recovery and how important it is to get your recovery plan in operation pretty much as soon as you've crossed the finish line of your race. So many of us now, we cross the finishing line, then we just forget about all that sort of logic, goes straight out the system, and all we're worried about is getting a beer in our hands and showing off our medal and getting on Instagram and telling the world about it, when really we should be putting that recovery plan into operation. And yeah, then our legs are going to be nice and recovered, and we'll be back up and running and training a lot quicker than we normally would be. So I've got 5 top tips here for you to put into action. So without further ado, let's get going. So number 1 is to head out for a super easy walk, or if you fancy it and you're feeling good, then get a run in. Now why do we do that? You've just done the race and you probably want to sit on the sofa, but that's just going to really cause you to massively stiffen up, and that's the last thing you want to do for your recovery. So nice easy run, super low heart rate, 140, 150 beats a minute. That's the only thing you should be concentrating on. Forget about pace, time, anything like that. Keep your heart rate nice and low and just keep your legs ticking over. That's really going to help promote blood flow through your legs, to flush out all those toxins and really bring the legs back to life. All about getting your heart rate up a little bit, encouraging that blood flow, and yeah, your legs will come back to life pretty soon. And if you don't fancy a run, then just get a walk in. Your muscles are going to feel far better when they're out there, they're moving, they're being used, but just nice and gentle. So yeah, that's it. Number 1, super easy, run or walk.
Just last week you called me, the way you're talking is driving me insane. Hello.
Number 2 is going to be massage and foam rolling. Now, it would obviously be really good if we could afford to have sort of a personal massage therapist to come round and give our legs that refresh after every run. You know, in the real world, that's not really possible. I try and do it as much as I can afford to do it, which is probably for me, probably only about sort of 6-7 times a year, every couple of months or so. I use a company called Urban Massage, based in London. People come around to your house, and I find really good. It's about £50 for an hour's massage. There's an offer I can put below to get £20 off your first booking, so I think it's about £29 for an hour's massage, and they come around, they do it all for you, and yeah, I really rate that. It's super convenient. But if it's not really possible to afford that sort of thing, then I really like this. Again, I got this on Amazon. I can't remember how much it is, about £15, and yeah, you can just sort of massage your legs with this. It's super easy. You can just sit on the sofa and go over your quads and things like that, and then sort of your calf muscles and things. Yeah, I find that super easy. I do use the foam roller a little bit, but I just find it a real pain in the backside, to be honest, and I find what I get out of it is not that great. Very good for doing your glutes though, so if you're getting tight glutes, you can't do that sort of thing with a massage roller stick. So yeah, definitely try and get one of those. Super easy. You can take it away with you to races, fit it in your bag, and it doesn't usually get picked up in security, so you'll be alright. My sort of really good one is this. It's called an R8 by a company called Roll Recovery, and yeah, this is super good. You can't really buy these in the UK. I got this when I was in the States, so I was quite lucky. But yeah, if you're watching this from America, get yourself one of these. If you really want one in the UK, check out eBay and things, and you might be able to find one. But that's the best recovery product I've ever used. So yeah, there we go, massage and recovery. So number 3 is going to be food and drink as well, and all the things we can eat. So yeah, obviously the focus does need to be a little bit on protein, to help that muscle rebuilding, but also just to get that sort of balanced diet with carbs and some fats in there as well. So these are some of the things I really look for. So in terms of like a drinking point of view, berries, so raspberries, blueberries. This is my pack of berries. Blueberries, really good. Mix them up in the blender, make a shake. Put some things like chia seeds in as well. And then if you're not into the sort of normal dairy milk, then use some of the coconut milk or some of the almond milk in there as well. So make a really good nice sort of shake there. Berries, chia seeds, really good source of protein, very high in protein. So you can put those in, get those onto all your cereals and things in the morning. Any way you can squeeze this into your diet, they're really good, and super cheap to get on Amazon. Sort of regular sort of dairy milk like this is so good for rehydration. It's got really good sort of protein source and lots of calcium in there as well to help with your bones. Mixing with vitamin D, you need to get that calcium and vitamin D in there together. So it's not too bad in the summertime as we've got now, but in the wintertime make sure you get your vitamin D supplements in there to go with your dairy milk as well. So other sort of seeds and things, really good protein sources, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. Again, you can put those on breakfast cereals, put them in smoothies. Just get as many of them as you can in your diet as possible. From a veggie point of view, I quite like the sort of Linda McCartney sausages. Not a big fan of like the whole sort of fake meat thing, but those sausages, and then you can sort of have those with some lentils and stuff as well. I just buy these in a can. Really good high protein sources there as well. I haven't got any chickpeas, but I'd normally make a curry up. Just get some coconut water, curry powder, chickpeas, and then just some sort of brown rice as well. Again, really good sort of protein source there with the curry powders and things. Sweet potatoes, sort of peppers, any sort of fresh fruit and veg is going to be really good to put in the mix as well. Broccoli, again, I buy frozen broccoli because it just lasts a lot longer. It doesn't taste that great, so I normally have to put some sort of dressing and things on it, but get some broccoli in there as well. Grains and things, so we've got like quinoa, rice. I buy these in the packets because I'm lazy and I can put them in the microwave in a couple of minutes. But you can normally find these in Tesco's for about 50-60p. So get some grains. Look out for quinoa, really good source of protein as well. And finally, I've got a few more bits. Overnight protein. Again, try and avoid supplements as much as I can, but overnight protein can be really good to have like a pint of this before you go to bed. Just sort of aids that when we're sleeping, aids that recovery. So use this from Science and Sport. Really good. Mix up with some milk or water. Will really help throughout the night. For vegans and stuff, probably going to heard of like these sort of yeast flake things. These do smell not that great, but it is a really good source of protein as well to put on things, to put on your meals that you're having in place of cheese and stuff. And then finally, cinnamon. Add this to whatever you want to add cinnamon to. A really good sort of, obviously not a source of protein, but just helps sort of flush out the muscles a little bit more. There, so hopefully that's some ideas of the type of things that I'm eating post-race to aid that recovery and to get yourself back up and running as soon as possible. Number 4 is going to be sleep. Now this is so important to be getting as much sleep as we possibly can in the few days after a race, or even if it's been a really tough training session. Now what happens during these races or training sessions, our muscles obviously get broken down, massively fatigued, but it's during that sleep phase that our body makes those adaptations to rebuild and come back a lot stronger. So the more amount of sleep you can get in that immediate 2 or 3 days after a training session or race is going to be really beneficial. I'm always trying to get 8 to 10, even up to 10 hours sleep post race. Now I'm sort of quite lucky I can fit that into my life and what I'm doing. I know that's not always easy with family and work commitments and things, but just that conscious focus on those 2 or 3 days after a race to get as much sleep as you possibly can in there A lot of sort of modern GPS devices and things will monitor that for you, so you can be looking at how much that sort of deep sleep that you're getting, and that's where you need to focus on. So yeah, get in bed, get as much sleep as you can, and you'll recover far quicker. Number 5 is going to be compression, and more specifically compression wear. So there's a couple of items that I really rely on when I'm trying to recover from a race. The main one being these compression tights. Not ideal in the summer when it's warm because these are pretty toasty, but I'll put these in my drop bag, so as soon as I've finished the race, pick up my drop bag, and then these are ready to go. So yeah, sort of shorts off straight away, and then get these on. Normally around a corner when nobody's looking. But yeah, they're nice and tight, really help to get that blood flowing through the system as soon as you possibly can, and just support the muscles when they're all fatigued and they're damaged. It just helps give that extra bit of support. And as I say, yeah, get the blood flowing through the system to help with that recovery as soon as possible. The other thing I really like to use is these Compressed Sport calf sleeves. Don't put them on at the same time, but wear these more sort of around the house and things, just to help the calf muscle area, get that extra support in there, and then yeah, really sort of help promoting extra blood flow through the system. I do wear these on my easy runs as well. Again, just to help increase the blood flow through there, which just helps the muscles recover that much quicker. So there we go. There you have it, guys. 5 super easy tips for you to get yourself back up and running as soon as possible after your race. Now don't get me wrong, it is good to have a bit of rest and a bit of relaxation, but having those really stiff, tired muscles, nobody really wants that. So as I say, put these things into practice. It's going to get your legs nice and refreshed and feeling normal again, and then take some downtime, just some easy running, nice and relaxed. And yeah, don't rush back out into training straight away. Give yourself some time to relax, but put these steps into place and you'll get your legs feeling back to normal as soon as possible. So if you like this kind of video, please hit the subscribe button below, give me a thumbs up if you like it, and put down in the comments anything that you'd like to see in future videos, or anything you've got that's really good for recovery tips as well. So I'm off to carry on my recovery now after this latest race, and I'll see you in the next one.